Welcome to today's mat yoga practice. And so our practice today is Jammy yoga. This practice is really designed to help you kind of wind down and get ready for bed. So kind of the end of your day, kind of that moving from being active and involved in your list to kind of calming that mind and getting your brain in the place where you can actually sleep and maybe kind of rest. So one of the things in yoga, we've got Floyd doing drive-bys to check in on us. One of the things in yoga is that if we're moving from activity to calm, we want to kind of get our bodies up into that level of activity first, and then we can bring our bodies and our minds kind of back down together. So we're going to start this practice standing. I want you to just find a spot to stand where you feel solid and stable. All right. Take a minute and feel your body here. Maybe bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your chest. You can close your eyes and just focus your attention. Bring your mind into your body here. Recognize that you are here. This practice is to kind of wind down for your day, recognizing that intention for our practice. And maybe noticing the level of activity of your brain, maybe any activity still in your body. If you can, take another breath or two. I'm going to encourage you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just taking a couple sighing breaths, kind of sighing away the day. Let's do one more. All right, now let your arms relax. Your eyes can stay open or closed. I'll talk you through it. We're just going to start with a couple of shoulder rolls. So when you inhale, bring your shoulders toward your ears. And then when you exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Doing this a couple more times. Just shaking off, rolling off the day. Maybe continue those nice sighing breaths with each exhale. All right, now let your shoulders relax. Let your arms hang down by your sides. And still focusing on the arms, we're going to start by pointing the thumbs toward your legs. When you inhale, rotate your thumbs forward and then out to the sides and back, gently squeezing your shoulder blades together as you go. And then when you exhale, return to the starting spot. Really pull that belly button in on your exhale. So on your inhale, feel the space across your chest. Maybe stick your belly way out, make some space. You can even lift your chin here. And then when you exhale, thumbs towards your legs, pulling that belly button in, you can tuck your chin. We're going to do a few more just like that. Opening up that space across your chest, your belly, especially if you've been sitting a lot today. Find that space across your belly. Let's do one more. Nice big inhale. And then relaxing. Pulling that belly button in as you exhale. And then just roll your shoulders a little bit. All right. So this next move is pretty small. It's a little bit of balance, and it's mostly about your feet. And I know I wore my very long jammy pants, so it's hard to see my feet. So what we're going to do is a couple ankle rotations. So you can keep your toes on the floor and just roll your heel around in circles if you like. Or if you're feeling balanced this evening, you can lift your foot up off the floor, rotating that foot around in both directions. Just breathe easy. All right, and then we're going to do the other foot. Really just get a little circulation, a little awareness down through our feet. Make sure you're going both directions, whether your toes are on the floor or not. There we go. Snap, crackle, and pop the whole way. All right. Now your feet are going to stay on the floor. We're going to open those feet a little bit wider than shoulder distance away from each other. And just do a forward fold here. So your knees are bent just a little bit. Folding forward over your legs. Try and find a little release. Let your arms hang. And if your hands touch the floor, go ahead and hold on to your opposite elbows, just so that your shoulders, your neck can hang, unless your shirt is going to smother you here. Take a breath or two, and then bend your knees a little bit more. Slowly roll your spine up, one joint at a time. Take your time, coming all the way up. Feel that shift in the gravity. Feel all that blood flow go from your head back down to your feet. All right. And then we're going to kind of open up the sides of our body. So if you can, you're going to rotate those right toes to the right, bending your right knee just a little bit. And really think about pressing both feet solid into the floor. Your big toes are pressing into the floor. Maybe even clench your glutes so your legs are nice and solid. And then we're going to do a nice big movement with our arms. So start with your right arm reaching toward the ceiling. Look up at your right fingertips. Keep your spine nice and tall. When you exhale, you're leaning to the right. Bring that right hand to your right leg someplace. Your left arm reaches up. And then when you inhale, return to the starting spot. So here's the deal. As we're doing this, imagine your hips, your shoulders are against the wall, so your chest stays open. Getting that action through the side of your body, your neck. It doesn't matter how far low you go. It doesn't matter how far down your leg you go. Just find the space. And then we're going to stand all the way back up. All right, we're going to do one more. Lean to the side, and then just find a spot where you can keep your body here. Try not to lean into your right hand. Don't lean into your leg here. Maybe let your right hand be on the inside of that right leg. So you're gently pressing that right knee back, opening up through the inside muscles of your legs. And then we're going to move this top arm. So on your next inhalation, you're going to bring that left arm to your head, chin towards your armpit. And then when you exhale, bring your arm to your side, turning your chin the opposite direction. So inhale, sweeping your arm up, turning your chin towards your armpit here. And then when you exhale, turn your head. You can even tuck that left hand behind your back if your shoulder's feeling up for it. So big movement. Feel that big sweeping movement, that space down your rib cage. You might even feel a little heat in your body. That's okay. And then I'm going to challenge you. See if you can bring that left arm to your head and then stay here. Take a breath. Just feel that heat, feel that strength. Maybe push your rib cage to the left a little bit more, pulling your belly button in. And then let your left arm come down, both arms relax. We're going to stand all the way up, pointing your toes forward. Now, before we do the other side, I want to reset the spine. So we're going to do a little forward bend. So walk your hands down your legs, just folding as far forward as it feels good. Maybe hold on to your elbows if your hands touch the floor. Try and relax your neck. Take a breath. And then you're going to bend your knees a little bit more. Slowly, slowly. Stand all the way up. Take your time. Oh, and then feel that blood flow from your head all the way back down to your feet. Pink cheeks. Okay. Now we're going to do the other side. So rotate your left toes to the left, bending that left knee just a tiny bit. Really think about pressing your feet, your toes into the floor. At the same time, clench your glutes so your legs are strong and solid here. Now we're going to lift that left arm toward the ceiling. Nice big movement. When you exhale, you're leaning to the left. Left hand comes to your left leg. Right arm comes up. Look up. And then when you inhale, return to the starting spot. Looking up at that top hand. Just getting that little movement through your neck, keeping your chest wide open. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Do this a couple more times. Keep your spine nice and long. Your chest stays open, almost as if your hips and your shoulders are touching the wall behind you. Feel that space. All right, we're going to do one more leaning to the left. Just find a spot where you can stay. Again, maybe bring your left hand to the inside of your leg so you can press the back of your hand into your leg, opening up through that left knee a little bit. Both feet are pressing solid into the floor. We're going to move this top arm. So on your next inhale, sweep that right arm towards your head, chin towards your armpit. On your exhale, bring your right arm to your side, turning your chin the opposite direction. So inhale, sweeping up. Keep your chest open, belly button pulling in, nice and tall. Exhale, maybe tuck that right hand behind your back if that feels good for you. We're going to do two more. Inhale and exhale. And if any part of your body says, oh, I just can't do it, listen to your body, not me. All right, I'm going to invite you to bring that right arm along your head one more time. Stay here. Think about pushing your rib cage toward the ceiling, opening up through your side, really pushing that right foot into the floor. Breathe. All right, now you get to let both arms relax. Point your toes forward. We're going to keep the feet wide if you can, and then just walk your hands down your legs. Now let your hands come to the floor if they can, or towards your legs, whatever feels good for you. Again, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. We're going to stay folding forward and then just walk both hands. So both hands come to the outside of your right leg, your right foot, whatever you can reach. Let your nose drop toward that right knee here. And maybe extend, reaching out through your left fingertips just a little bit more. Feeling that space behind your left shoulder blade. Take another breath right here. Now we're going to walk the hands back to the center and then take them all the way over to the other side. Just reaching to that left leg wherever it feels useful. Let your nose drop towards your left knee. And then if you like, you can reach out through your right fingertips just a little. Taking a breath. All right, now walk your hands back to the center. Bend your knees a little bit more and then slowly, slowly stand all the way up. Take your time. As you come up to standing, maybe roll those shoulders a little bit. And then you get to step your feet together. Maybe feel those feet again. All right, I want to do one last thing for the feet because we did that wide leg stuff a lot. And I don't know about you, but if I'm sitting all day, throughout my day, I tend to clench. Maybe my feet are clenching. So here's the deal. What you're going to do is just step so that your left foot is forward, your right foot is back. All right, in this position, all we're going to do is when you inhale, you're lifting your back heel up off the floor. And then when you exhale, press that back heel down. That's it. That's all we're doing. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, pressing down. Maybe one more time, little lift. And then press that back heel down. Now here's the deal. We're going to bend that front knee a little bit. Let the weight of your body come towards your front foot. Again, come all the way up onto the ball of your foot. Come all the way up onto your tippy toes here. And then see if you can tuck those right toes under. So you're rolling towards your nails. Your toenails are tucking toward the floor. If anything starts to cramp, back off. All right. When you've had enough, we're going to roll onto the sole of that right foot. Just take a second. Press that right heel into the floor so you feel the stretch. All right. And then step your feet together. All right. Did I scare you? I hope not. If you need to do anything to take care of that right foot, take a minute. And then when you're ready, we're going to do the other leg. Remind yourself, you don't have to win at these poses. Just try. And if your body starts to cramp up or if it starts to be painful, that's always a sign you need to back off. All right, did I talk long enough? Can we do the other side? All you're going to do is when you inhale, lift that back heel up off the floor. And then when you exhale, press your back heel down. Do this a couple more times. Little lift as you inhale, lowering as you exhale. We're going to do two more just like that. Little lift and lower down. Maybe one more. All right. Now, bend your front knee. Your weight is shifting into that front leg. So there's no weight. You're not holding your body with this back foot. We're just going to roll up onto the tops of our toes. And then if you can, curl your toes under so your nails are toward the floor. Again, if you can't quite get there, just head that direction. This is big. Stretching the tops of your feet. All right, and then you're going to press that left heel into the floor, sole of your foot pressing down just so you get that last little stretch at your calf. And then you get to step your feet together. All right. Now we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. If hands and knees is terrible for you, skip this one. But if you can, just walk your hands down your legs, folding forward, and then come out onto your hands and knees. We're going to do a little cat-cow here. So on your exhale, pull that belly button in, rounding your spine, tuck your chin. And then when you inhale, flatten your back, lifting through your chest. Think about pulling your shoulder blades back and down. Repeat this movement, rounding your spine as you exhale, flattening your back as you inhale. There we go. You can make it all about the shoulders here. Your shoulders might be tight from your day. So on your exhale, you can just round your spine, squeezing those shoulders towards your ears. And then inhale, flattening your back, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Take another breath or two. Find the space. All right, on your next exhalation, if you like, go ahead and sit back onto your heels. Let your elbows come to the floor. Your forehead can come to the floor. Take a breath or two here. Really want gravity to be doing the work. So try and relax your shoulders, your neck. All right, now we're going to shift into a seated position from here. So just find that space where you can sit on your butt on the floor. Knees are bent toward the ceiling and the feet are wide. We're going to shift directly into a twist because we just did that nice forward bend, that nice child's pose. So what I want you to do is twist both knees to the right. The idea is to try and get your knees toward the floor. That left hip can come up off the floor. Your right hand comes to the floor by your side. And again, we're going to do a big movement with this left arm. So all you're going to do is when you inhale, reach your left arm out in front of you and then bring it all the way up alongside your head. Your chin can follow your hand. And then when you exhale, reach out in front of you, bringing your arm all the way back down to your left leg. So inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, reaching forward, arm down. I'm choking myself up. We're going to do two more, just that. Okay, one more time. And this time when you exhale, bring that left hand to your right leg. And then we're going to kind of twist. So leading with your right shoulder, twist your shoulders to the right. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist your shoulders and your chin to the right. Inhale, just lengthening your spine. Exhale, twist your shoulders, your chin. Even look out of the right corners of your eyes. Take a breath here. Now keep your shoulders turning right. Turn your chin the opposite direction. Take a breath here. Feel that stretch along the right side of your neck. You can even tilt your head back a little bit. Find that space. And then turn your chin all the way to the right. Now I'm going to invite you to bend that right elbow to the floor. And then you can bring your left hand to the floor by your right hand. You can sink in deeper, bending both elbows to the floor, maybe even setting your forehead toward the floor. Just find a place where gravity is doing the work again. We're just going to sink into this twist. If you like, you can return to that exhaling through your mouth, that sighing breath. Take another couple of breaths right here, just sinking into the twist. All right, here's the hard part. We got to come out. All right, so slowly, slowly sit all the way up. Bring your knees toward the ceiling. And then holding your legs just once, we're going to round the spine, squeezing the shoulders up high, looking for that even stretch along our spines. Now sit up tall, and we're going to go to the other side. So both knees twist to the left. Right hip can come up off the floor. We're going to start with our right hand at the right knee, left hand nice and stable on the floor. We're just going to move this right arm. So on your inhale, reach your arm out in front of your chest. See if you can find that stretch behind your shoulder blade. And then reach up, let your chin follow your hand. And then exhale, reaching out in front of you and then down to your leg. So do this a couple more times. Inhale, reaching forward and up. Exhale, bring that arm all the way back to your leg. I'll invite you to do 2 more. You can go as fast or as slow as it feels good for you. We're just looking for that little bit of space through your side, your shoulder, maybe even your neck, your eyes. All right. The next time that right hand comes down, bring your right hand to your left knee, to your opposite knee. All right. Now we're just going to work on twisting through the spine. So every time you inhale, get tall. And then when you exhale, lead with that left shoulder, twisting to the left. Inhale, getting tall. Exhale, turning your chin to the left. Inhale, just lengthen that spine. Exhale, twist your shoulder, your chin, even look out of the left corners of your eyes, stretching even the muscles of your eyes. Now, if you can, keep your shoulders turning left, turn your chin the opposite direction. We're looking for that stretch along the left side of your neck. You can even tilt your head back a little bit if you like, just like you're on the cover of a magazine. And then turn your chin all the way to the left. Now we'll sink into this twist. So bend your left elbow to the floor. Left hand can come to the floor. And then you decide, maybe it's different on this side. Maybe this is good. You can bend your elbow if you want. You can set your forehead toward the floor if you want. Just take a few breaths here. Let your body sink into this pose. Really, the only action is when you exhale, you're pulling that belly button in. You can do a couple more sighing breaths, breathing out through your mouth. Maybe one more. All right, here's the hard part. We're going to sit all the way up. Take your time. Again, as you come up into this seated position, knees toward the ceiling, hold your legs someplace, rounding your spine. Find that even stretch along your back. All right, and then we're going to come all the way down onto the floor. Now, as you come onto the floor, bring both knees in towards your belly, wrap your arms around your legs, and just rock a little bit from side to side. See if you can get that little massage from the floor around your hips, your sacrum, your low back. All right, when you've had enough, set both feet back down onto the floor and let your arms come down by your sides. Think about pressing your palms into the floor someplace. Notice your feet, your toes pressing into the floor. And then on your next inhalation, we're just going to lift the hips. So just lift your hips a little bit. When you exhale, pull your belly button in, rolling your spine down. If it feels good, let's do it again. So inhale, lifting a little bit higher maybe. Exhale, rolling your spine down. Do this a couple more times. When we activate the glutes, it helps stretch those hip flexors. So find that space, find what feels good. Maybe one more time, lifting those hips as high as it feels useful. Relax your neck. And then pulling your belly button and roll your spine down one joint at a time. Once you've let your hips rest on the floor, go ahead and bring your knees in towards your belly again. You can hold the backs of your legs if you like. You don't have to use your arms. We're still focusing on the legs here. But do find a spot where your low back feels supported. On your next inhalation, we're going to straighten both legs toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heels. Maybe spread your toes wide. And then when you exhale, bend your knees in towards your belly, pulling that belly button in. Do this a few more times. Really, the whole purpose here is to stretch those hamstrings a little bit. Get that little bit of inversion. Really pulling the blood from our feet all the way back to our head. Maybe just around our sacrum. That will work too. All right, maybe one more time. Now, if you can, keep your legs toward the ceiling. Push out through your heels. Really pull that belly button in. And then one last strong pose. See if you can pull your belly button in a little bit more, lifting your head, your chest toward your legs. Walk your hands up towards your feet. If you can, hold your feet, hold your legs someplace. Keep your legs pulling toward your body. Set your shoulders and your head to the floor. If you can, keep holding your legs. Think about dropping your tailbone to the floor. Oh, happy hamstrings. And then release your legs. Set your feet back down onto the floor, knees bent, feet a little bit wider than hip distance. And just let your arms rest wherever it feels good. We're going to do another little twist here. So on your exhale, let both knees go to the right. Chin can go left. On your inhale, untwist. Knees and chin toward the ceiling. And then exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, untwisting. So repeat this movement. Each time you exhale, you're just finding that little twist. Each time you inhale, untwisting. The point here is not to force anything, but just to release through your hips. Maybe feeling those hip flexors in a little bit different way. Maybe feeling your neck, that little massage at the back of your head. All right, when you feel even, let your knees, your chin stay toward the ceiling. And then we're going to bring those feet all the way together. Your feet stay on the floor, knees are bent toward the ceiling. And then I'm going to invite you to open your knees wide away from each other and stay here. Now, if we get here and your legs are really uncomfortable, your hips, your low back are really uncomfortable, you have a couple of choices. If you have a pillow, if you have a blanket, you might need two. You can prop your leg up by putting that pillow kind of underneath your leg toward your hip, so you get some support as close to the floor as you can, so you don't have to release quite so far. If it feels good just to let your legs open up, let them do that. All right, but now my pillow's in the way. All right, so you find your space. You can always pause the video, rewind, come back. But the idea here is we're letting the legs just rest here. And we're going to do a little bit of work. So notice where your feet are touching each other. Maybe it's just your big toes. On your next inhale, gently, using only 10% of your strength, press the soles of your feet together. The entire time you exhale, slowly relax. So it's just a little bit of energy, just a little bit of action through your legs, your feet. Inhale, pressing them together. Exhale, relaxing. Maybe one more. We'll press and release. All right, now relax your legs. Focus your attention at your glutes. Okay, this time when you inhale, you're going to clench those butt cheeks tight. As you exhale, slowly relax. The invitation is to get that circulation. So you're clenching as you inhale, releasing as you exhale. Get that circulation through your glutes. Sometimes they get a little bit overstretched when we sit all day. I'm making assumptions, people. I could be wrong. And then on your next exhale, just release. If you can, keep your legs in this position. We're going to do one more thing. Bring your attention to the space between your shoulder blades. This time when you inhale, you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together behind your back, opening across your chest. And then when you exhale, slowly relax. So again, like that. Inhale, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, slowly relaxing. Maybe one more time. Feeling that space across your chest. And then releasing. All right, bring your attention back down to your legs, gently. Bring your knees all the way together. Soles of your feet can come flat to the floor. See if you can keep your legs close, your feet close to each other. And then again, just connecting to that 10% of your strength, that gently press your feet, your toes into the floor. At the same time, gently squeeze your knees together. And then tilt your pelvis so your low back flattens toward the floor just that little bit. Taking a breath or two here. We're going to add one more piece. See if you can just press the back of your neck toward the floor. Give yourself as many chins as you can breathe around. So you're pressing your feet gently into the floor, squeezing your knees together, flattening that low back, pressing the back of your neck toward the floor. Breathe. All right, now let everything relax. Let everything ease. Lift your feet up off the floor again, knees in towards your belly, hands on your legs wherever you can reach. And just take those knees in big, slow circles here. Just like you're drawing circles with your knees. If you can, maybe take your knee circles in the opposite direction here. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe lift your head up towards your knees here, curling yourself up into a little egg. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Set your feet back down onto the floor. All right, so we're going to let the legs rest in this position. We're going to do one last thing for the arms. I want you to start with your arms reaching out to the sides, out at a T to your body. On your exhalation, you're just reaching both arms toward the ceiling. Pull that belly button in. As you inhale, open your arms wide, kind of pressing into the floor so you feel that little space across your chest, your belly. So exhale, reaching toward the ceiling, pulling your belly button in. Inhale, opening wide. We're going to do two more, just like that. Now, the next time you're reaching toward the ceiling, keep reaching toward the ceiling. Gently lace your fingers together here. You want to keep your hips pressing into the floor. We're just going to reach both arms to the right. You can bend your right elbow to the floor, turning your chin to the right. We're just looking for that big stretch behind your left shoulder blade. Take a breath. Take two. Now reach back up toward the ceiling. If you like, you can recross your fingers. And then we're going to reach both arms to the left, bending that left elbow to the floor, chin to the left. Really find the space, find that stretch behind your right shoulder blade. Keep your hips pressing into the floor. And then we're going to reach back up toward the ceiling and then release your arms. Let your arms open up out to the sides. Feel the weight of your arms just rest toward the floor. Okay, if you're still with me, we're going to focus on this right arm. Start with your palm toward the ceiling. We're just going to extend through those right fingertips, reaching out through your right fingertips here. Really press the back of your right hand into the floor. At the same time, get that right elbow pressing into the floor. See if you can get your right shoulder blade pressing into the floor at the same time. And then turn your chin away from your reach. You find the stretch, you find the space that you need here. Breathing easy. Now continue to turn your chin to the left. You're going to rotate that right palm to the floor and gently press your right palm into the floor. Taking a breath or two here. Notice the difference. Notice the change. Breathing easy. All right, now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. And then we're going to focus on the other arm. Start with your palm toward the ceiling. Just extend through your left fingertips, pressing the back of that left hand into the floor. At the same time, get your left elbow pressing into the floor. Think about pressing your left shoulder blade into the floor. Now continue to press the entire left arm into the floor and turn your chin to the right. Take a breath or two here. Feel the space. Notice where you feel the action. And then if you can, keep turning your chin to the right. You're just going to rotate that left palm to the floor. And gently press the palm of your left hand into the floor here. Taking a moment to notice the difference. Notice the effect of what you've done. And then relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. And then we're going to bring both arms across the body. So you're giving yourself a little hug here. Keep your hips nice and solid on the floor and rock your arms. Rock your upper body from side to side here. Getting that little massage from the floor between your shoulder blades. And then release your arms. One last time, bring your knees in toward your belly. This time, reach your arms in between your legs, holding your feet, your ankles. You can even hold on to your big toes if you're feeling frisky. Wherever you're holding your legs, just straighten that right leg out to the right side. So you feel the stretch somewhere on the back of that right leg. And then bend at your hip, bend your knee in toward your armpit. Your foot stays up toward the ceiling, so you should still feel a stretch. It's just a little different as you bend. And then relax your right leg. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So start by straightening that left leg out to the side, noticing where you feel tight. And then you're going to bend at the hip, bend your knee in toward your armpit. Your foot stays up toward the ceiling. And just notice the stretch here. And then relax your left leg. And then we'll do both legs at the same time. So straightening both legs. Oh, find that space. Find the stretch that feels good for you. And then keeping your feet toward the ceiling, you're going to bend at your hips, bend your knees in toward your armpits. Try and relax your shoulders, your neck toward the floor. I know they want to help. And then you get to release your legs. Set your feet back down onto the floor and check in with your body. All right. If you notice that you need to do one more movement, one more stretch before you come to resting, take a minute, take care of yourself. And then if you can, we're going to go into Shavasana. So if you can, stretch your legs straight out onto the floor. And if you have that pillow, if you have that blanket nearby, I'm going to invite you to bring that blanket, that pillow, to rest across your pelvis. And just feel the weight, that little gentle weight. If you don't have a heavy blanket, that's okay, but you can just feel the weight of whatever you're putting there, kind of holding you. Just that little gentle comfort, hopefully. And if this seems like a bad idea, you don't have to do it. So find a place where your legs, your hips can relax, that little weight across your pelvis. And then check in with your back, your shoulders, your arms. Again, wiggling around wherever you need until you find that space where you can rest. Now we're just going to take a minute here for breathing. So find that place where your body can relax. And then bring your attention to the flow of your breathing in and out. If you can, return to that nice inhale through your nose and then exhale out through your mouth. Just that little sigh. Take a couple more breaths. With each exhalation, with each sighing exhale, just feel that release of the day. Imagine you're shifting gears, you're downshifting from the high activity of your day, from your big list, from all that happened, all that you get to do tomorrow. Just imagine shifting down, just shifting your attention to this breath, shifting your attention to your body resting on the floor. Now breathe however you need. And give yourself another moment, just letting the weight of your body rest on the floor. See if you can continue to focus your attention, observing that flow of your breathing. The same way you would watch waves come in and out at the shore. Let the rhythm of your breath soothe your mind the same way that gentle waves coming in and out can soothe your soul. Now, if you have time, you can stay, you can rest here. When you're ready to come out of this Shavasana, please move slowly, taking your time. If you can, keep your eyes closed, maybe just rolling to one side and taking a breath or two there so you can feel the shift in gravity. If you want to just stay laying on your back, you can stay there for as long as you like. Let the video play out. But do give yourself a little pat on the back, a little mental congratulations for taking this time, for moving from that high activity of your day, hopefully to a calmer, more restful, more comforted space. Thank you so much for playing. Namaste.